Camille, I greet you all and offer a loving embrace to each one of you. I'm Mona Palaka, Havasupai, the people of the blue-green water from down at the bottom of the Grand Canyon on my mother's side. And on my father's side, I'm Hopi and Tewa of the Pueblo Nations in northern Arizona. Thank you for joining me. Greetings, my dear beautiful relatives. I come to you today on this beautiful day known as the United Nations World Water Day. I'm coming to you as a elder, as a grandmother, as a representative of my people, my mother's people, the Havasupai people, the people of the blue-green waters of the Grand Canyon, and the Hopi people and the Tewa people, Pueblo Nations in northern Arizona. And I come to you because I wanted to share with you and talk with you. And first of all, I just would like to embrace you and acknowledge the place where I'm here today. I speak from the home place and traditional lands and territory of the Tohono O'odham Nation in Tucson, Arizona, where I'm currently residing. And I wanted to take time out today to acknowledge this beautiful divine creation, water. And the United Nations theme is valuing water. And so I wanted to speak from that perspective, from the worldview of my indigenous upbringing, my culture, my spiritual practices and beliefs about water. And we know that there are many people that are at this time taking time to acknowledge this day. And it's good that we do this because now we're going through challenging times. And for each of us, we're all seeking some way to see a better outlook, better things on the horizon that are going to bring good health and happiness and healing. And so we, as Indigenous people, have been saying that water is life, that water is sacred, and that it's in our acknowledgement and that truth that we all, as living beings on the Mother Earth, depend on it. We all have that interconnected relationship with this, we say, our holy mother water, the sacred water, the water of life. And so it's good that we could all come together and share this time to think about it, reflect on it. What I wanted to share with you today is in our worldview as Indigenous people, we have an identity that we always reflect on of where we come from. And part of our identity in identifying where we come from is often related to water. For me, I come from the people of the blue-green water, the water that is down in the Grand Canyon, and also from the Colorado River. I come from those waters. So that's my identity. And each of us, perhaps throughout our lifetime, we may have come upon places where there is this beautiful experience that you have with the water. You might go to a river, you may go to a lake, it may be a stream, or it may be even a little water that's in a puddle after the rains come. Or we may even witness at some point the fish that live in the water, the different water life that lives within the water. And when we see that, it's a joy and it's a wonder to see. Likewise, the plant life that we depend on, the plants that rely on the water in order to grow, and also that we rely on for our sustenance, for food, for medicine, or even to be able to look at it like flowers or beautiful trees, things like that. And so you may have a place that you might have gone to as a child, or even now today. Throughout your lifespan, there are most likely places like that. And you might even call it part of your identity. You might even begin to claim that as where you come from. Because when we think about water, where we actually come from is the water within our mother's womb, where we lived for 3/4 of a year and developed in water. And so when that time came for us to be born, the water, it came out of our mother's womb and we followed it. And so we call the water our first foundation of life. And we also go to the water and seek its beautiful, wonderful blessing of refreshment, of feeling rejuvenated when we drink it. And it goes within us and refreshes us and makes us feel good. And so we have this relationship with it. And so that is valuing water when you acknowledge that kind of experience. And so we're today, we must actively participate in the decision-making process that affects all life on this planet when it comes to the water. In recognizing and acknowledging the value of water, it's important to acknowledge that it's important to recognize how it empowers us, and that recognizing and acknowledging that it's also at this time, it's a time for solutions. It's a time for us to think about how we must actively participate. And an elder said to me one time, he said, "Know your water." Where does your water come from? What is happening to your water right now? Who is making decisions about what happens to your water? What kind of water is flowing into your home? What kind of water are you serving to your children or your grandchildren or to your friends and relatives, your elders? He said, you have to think about that. And it seems that more and more today, this is a major concern that we must pay attention to and be involved in knowing about our water. Not wait until the time that the water doesn't flow when you need it. Be aware, and in this way, it's part of what we say is that we must take care of it because it takes care of us, that there's this reciprocity that we practice. And so it's important for us to put our minds together and be able to think and then to take action to be aware of our water source. The other thing I would like to mention is that for us, what we do is we also give water back to Mother Earth. Sometimes we take some water, and before we drink it, we sprinkle a little bit back on the earth so that we say we're making that offering of water back to her because she too is a living being, and so we should also offer her water. And my mother told me one time, she said, whenever people come to your home to visit you, you have visitors, she said, you offer them something. You offer them something to eat if you have something to eat. If you don't have anything to eat, offer them water. And so this is the part of the practice. She said, offering water is a gift. It's a gift because the water also gives clarity and cleansing and the rejuvenation that you feel once you drink water. And because we never know what the visitor might be experiencing in their life. So you give them that water because we consider the water a blessing. And in that way, we offer a blessing to the ones that visit us. And so I'd like to also mention that I'm very, very happy that we are coming together at this time, this day, throughout the world, all the nations coming together and acknowledging the water. And I send blessings and prayers out to all of those that are less fortunate than me, that don't have good, safe, clean drinking water. There might be some way, somehow, that these people who are suffering without good, clean, safe drinking water, there might be some means, some way that their needs will be addressed, especially for the children, as well as the future generations, the ones we will not see. So these are the words I have to say to you, and I wish you all good blessings, good health, and happiness. Esquili, 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 Esquili.